Hey guys, how you doing? Do you know where we are? We are officially almost a few minute drive halfway between the equator and the North Pole. More importantly, we today are in the easternmost city in the United States of America. And anyone want to take a guess what the name of that city is? I'll give you a hint. It starts with east and ends with port. It is Eastport. So here we are. Oh, across that way, that's Canada. Yeah. So we're out for a walk. Big surprise, I know. I'm paying my respects to the Quaddy Lobster place. That's what I call it. I think it's just Quaddy Lobster, but I call it that because my first time up here, this is where I had the best lobster stew that I've ever had. And it was right here. And I know it doesn't look like much to you, but here, there's their dock. And they go out, they get their catch. And really, this place, if I remember right, is known more for their lobster. But at the time when I was here, what was really cool, and we won't go too far because they're closed for the season. I mean, it is only March. But when I was here, at the time, they had a restaurant of sorts, and they had these amazing, and they might actually still sell them during the summer. The whoopie pies, but with the pumpkin whoopie pies. But after the pandemic, they stopped serving food, so I don't know what their situation is now. I just know that when I first came up here, my first adventure, years and years ago, this is where I ended up. Now, if you look where we are, the city of Eastport, it's an interesting place. It's a tourist place to begin with, so as I said, this is the off season. But it's like, I don't know, it's really only alive a few times, like for a few months of the year. When I came up here in October for the visit to see just for a drive up for the weekend, the restaurants are already closing down, and it was pretty quiet. And now, during these other months, unless it's the summertime, it's just slow. Hey, are you guys feeling hungry? Are you feeling hungry? I mean, before we go walk around, maybe we should go to the Happy Crab. Yeah, let's do that real quick. Here, I'm feeling like some wings and some clams, so we'll go in right here.
Like I said, they were fighting that.
Got our first course here. We got some wings. Living it up, guys. Check out these. So good. So good. And now the main course. We have our fried clams. Harvested here in Maine, of course. Here goes into the ketchup. Well, since I haven't eaten for hours, the food was good, but darn it, I had a different word I was going to use. It's overpriced. Like that whole meal that I just had, and I had an adult beverage, it was $47. $47. This is a good place, by the way. I went here with my parents and my sister a while back. And see, since we're to the tourist trap things, when you come here, you have to check out this amazing chair. It's a high chair, like literally a high chair. So this is kind of the cool spot of the city of Eastport, is their boardwalk area. Here she is. Here's your quintessential Main Street community right here. But we'll go straight right now, and I'll show you that on the way back. So this is a commercial pier. It says enter at our own risk. We're not going to go too far on it, but I did want to point out. So if you see that dock right there, the Coast Guard station's right there to the left. But this dock, this pier, back during the pandemic, there actually was a cruise ship right here. When everything shut down, they didn't know what to do with, well, the cruise ships had nowhere to go. So this being the only deep water port in this part of the United States, they put them here. And it was interesting because I remember it was the middle of summer, and I was staying in, there's my friend the mermaid right there. See you later. Bye. So I remember, though, during the summer, because I was in Lubec, and you could hear the hum of the cruise ship, because they still had to, run it. And even from several miles away down yonder, across the water, you could see it in the distance. So, yeah, so that's my story about that. I know you guys are overwhelmed right now with this city. What I would like to know, and I don't know the story, is how the United States managed to take this from the Passamaquoddy. Because I'm pretty sure because when you drive in to get here, you have to go through the reservation. So what throws me off is how that happened. But going back to my comment about the port and about Canada being right across the way, I mean, we all know what happened. The United States, whatever it was, the fledgling settlers, they pushed the native tribe out of this area. The Children of the Dawn, that is. Which I don't necessarily agree with. Different vantage point for you guys right here. The harbor. And if you look down here, here's one of the Coast Guard cutters. Well, not a cutter, but it's a boat. I don't know if it's one of the boats that, when it gets out into the open water, that it can self-right itself. Years ago, I had applied to the Coast Guard Academy, so I was always into researching different things about the Coast Guard. I remember some of their smaller boats, and that might be one of them. Yeah, they can self-right themselves, like, in less than a minute. So if they capsize, the way that, I don't think ballast is the right word, but the way that they're set up, they can just flip back over. It's pretty cool. See all the boats lined up right here? And then we'll take a look at the view. Where the camera is pointing right now, that is Canada. And if you kind of like swing up through the waterway, you'd get to St. John's and St. Andrews and all the good stuff of New Brunswick. Directly across from us is Campobello Island. Many of you might be familiar with Campobello because it was one of the residences of the Roosevelt family. It was their summer residence. All their New York money, if I remember right, but they spent their summers up here. I always found it kind of ironic that the President of the United States, or at least his family, they vacationed in Canada. Huh. There must be a story there, right? I think so. We're cutting up a side street now. I think I spotted a church in the distance. And I was like, hey, you should check it out. So here's what some of the housing looks like, in case you're wondering. I will say a lot of houses here need some love, I think is the best way to put it. I mean, you got these ones right here, this beautiful, like, looks like they've put this nice orange and purple. But then, you know, you walk by the other houses and some are just... Hi, honey. What are you doing? It's okay. Hi. I gotta go. Stop. As you can see, the animals are really friendly here. Jeez. He was snarling. Not what I expected. Clearly the animals are used to tourists, right? Look at this right here. This is the Eastport Art Center. Oh, look, guys, look. I don't know if you can see right there, look. I don't know if you can see it, but there's 2 deer right there. I think that's why the dog is flipping out. There's actually 3 deer here. I don't know how close we'll get until they run from me, but look. Hi, guys. Hi. What are you eating? Hi. How are you? Hi, guys. You guys see them? Aw, they're cute. They don't really know what to do either. They're like, what are you doing? Hi, guys. You just eating? Eating the branches, huh? Goes one. Here he goes. Well, there you go. We saw some deer. Isn't that nice? I showed you some deer. Got to, I don't know what this place is. This is Cummings. I guess I could cue a joke, but we won't go there. And that dog is chirping again, huh? Fun. You got this house right here, but look what we found. There's something about this area, and we shouldn't get into it, but guys, do you know where we are? Wait, and where's the sign? Do you know where we are? Elm Street. That's right, Elm Street. Interesting enough, the Milliken house right here, this is a bed and breakfast, and I almost stayed here once. I want to stress the word almost. It wasn't that I didn't want to stay. This was on that October trip that I drove up, and they showed me my room, and I was like, okay, well, I'm going to go for a walk. And then I went for a walk, and I got my thing of lobster stew, and then I noticed everything else was closed, and I was like, what? So I grabbed my bag, and I said, I hope you don't mind, but I'm going to turn around, and I'm going to go home. And that's exactly what I did. But they were very kind, and they gave me they didn't charge me, actually. Look at this church right here. Huh. You see, that's what I mean. It's like, this church looks like it's been beaten to hell, for lack of better terms. But the church I want to check out is the Catholic one right over here. And when I drove by about an hour ago, it looked like there were people here. So we'll see. Traditional, is it New England salt box style? So here's the Catholic Church. This is St. Joseph's. And we'll see if we can see anything. I'm going to be very quiet. There's people in here. so that was St. Joseph's. Got a little garden right here. I think this is their rectory. And it's interesting because you look at it and it looks like they need some roofing done on the top part of both of the buildings. The church is very pretty inside. I mean, I thought it was. But it's a good example, too, of just the fact that in this area, it's a little bit depressed, if you will. Now, they have Mass in about an hour and a half, and I know that's why the priest was in there right now. But it's one of those things that's just the truth about the church now, especially in Maine and the United States, and I mentioned this before, is just there aren't enough of the parishioners that they used to have, the sheer numbers, and the numbers in the clergy. One, they don't have enough clergy, and then two, the parishioner numbers are down. The amount of money being donated to provide is down. So this is what you get. And it's a shame because, like, when I was in Poland, go in and out of these churches, they're absolutely beautiful. But they're still kept up well, and at least in Poland, I mean, people are in there every single day. Where here, it's Saturday. So this building here, Boynton High School, this was the high school from 1847 to 1917. Got another church, Methodist. I won't even try the doors because I already know. Here's a different view of the high school. Isn't that cool? We got a funeral home right here to our right. And then there's a little chapel, flag chapel, where people would be able to go into for their services. But I'll take you back to, like, the busy part of the city. The Main Street community. Never been over here before. You know, though, these are the streets. These streets, these houses, these communities, this is your backbone. You know, this is your backbone to the States. And it's a shame that it wasn't more thriving. I will say, though, kind of flip side, this is also the type of community. It's where the deer were, by the way. This is also the community where... Oh, I see the deer. Straight ahead, I see the deer. They're crossing the street right now. Oh, deer. But anyway, so what I was saying is, wow, there's a lot of them. It's like a whole family. I only saw 3, but now there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, that's funny. But, so what I was going to say, though, is like, this is you can see how Stephen King gets his stories. Like, you can see the influence and where it comes from, which is pretty cool. Almost as cool as these deer. I think these deer are like, what are we going to do? This guy's following us around. Hey, guys. What are you doing? Look at all of you. It's a huge family. Hi, guys. What are you going to do? Hi. As you can see, they don't know what to make of me. Hello. So this is where I'm happy when I'm with nature. And we have all these deer friends today. And they're looking at me like, what are you doing, John? All right. You have to admit, that's pretty cool, right? The last time I saw that many deer in one spot, and it's funny, they don't even know what to do with themselves because they're a bunch of juveniles. But the last time I saw those type of deer was when I was right across the way in New Brunswick. Now, look at this beautiful house right here that he's doing work on. It's awesome. All right. We're supposed to be doing something. That's right. Walking around Eastport. See, the deer are shadowing me now. It's like they don't know what to do either. All right. And now back down to the main street. I find it fascinating, like, how much, shops and stuff have changed since the pandemic. Because I don't remember the Horn Run Brewing Company being here, but here it is. Phoenix Fine Wines. So if you look down this way, so again, you have some shops, and you have some Main Street shops here, and some craft stores, if this is something that you're into. This is Quaddy Crafts right here. And see the nice decorations. It's very festive. We just passed a gallery. For you people that are into the arts, there's a lot of art stuff here. Like even right here, look, we're passing a painting of something. So some showcase. You got Dastardly Dick's, which is wicked good coffee. I was going to come up with a comment, but I decided not to. This is the creamery that I've gone to in the past. It's pretty good. But then again, as a reflection as to what is going on in this world, even though you have these beautiful shops, some that are full, then you have some that are completely empty that need tenants. And here's the fisherman with his fish. The statue was built in 2001 for Fox Television, actually. Yep. And it was for a miniseries called Murder in Small Town X. Wow. I did not know that fact. I should title this now, Murder in Small Town X. But why would you do that? Why not just call it Murder in the Eastport? Wouldn't that sound better? I think it would. So again, more shops. I remember, I was just saying, there used to be like a bunch of hardware stores right here. At least I thought there was. And then, there's really not that much else, guys. We've actually gotten back to where I parked. Ukraine, you're not forgotten. Want you to know that. Even here in Eastport, Maine. And, if you wanted to explore on your own at this point, you'd get more churches, more traditional New England style homes and streets. And then of course lots of nature and water. But I'm getting cold. I got a 45-minute drive now back to Lubec. So I'll see you guys again soon, okay? Alright. Peace. Here's some bonus footage for you guys. So you get more of a feel for this community as we